Okay. Okay, hello, assalamualaikum. Today we're going to learn about sheet metal under tutorials SolidWorks. So let's first open a new part, and then we're going to click on base flange. So let's just click on boss base and base flange here, and then let's select the front plane, and then we're going to open a sketch in the front plane. Now let's click on this icon here, line, and then we're going to draw a line like so. We're going to use midpoint line here, and then another line here, another one here. Now we're going to put dimensions on these lines. Here we're going to put 180, and the right side here we're going to put 80 millimeters, and the same applies for this one, also 80 millimeters. Now let's click on exit sketch. Now in the property manager under direction 1, let's click on blind for end condition, and let's set the depth to 75 millimeters. Now under sheet metal parameters, we're going to set the thickness to 3. Now set the radius, bent radius, to 1. Now let's click on OK. Okay. Set the dimensions to 40. Okay, now close sketch. Link to thickness. Let's click on here, and then let's click on OK. Let's click on here, wireframe, and we can see now our extruded cut. Let's click on meet the flange, and let's select the inside vertical edge like this. Now let's click on the back here and zoom to the right corner of the model's back face. Now let's click on mirror and select one of the back planar faces. And click bodies to mirror. And select the sheet metal body, which is here. Click on OK. And click on isometric view. Now let's click on edge flange. And select the outer edge here. Drag it here and click. Now under property manager, under flange length, we're going to set it to 30. Now under flange position, we're going to select material outside and select offset, and also under finish. Okay, that's good. Now let's click on mirror. Now expand the feature manager design tree in the property manager. Now under mirror face plane here, we're going to select the right plane, and then and under features to mirror, select edge flange 1. Let's click on OK. Okay, now let's select this face here, and then let's click on base flange tab. Now let's sketch a rectangle here. .40 here and 20 here. Let's clear out the dimension tool, and then let's add coincident relation between the midpoint and rectangle of the edge flange. So let's right click on one of the long lines of the rectangle and select midpoint, and then click add relations on the sketch tab. Add relations, and then let's right click on the long edge of the mirrored edge flange. Select midpoint, click horizontal, click OK, click horizontal, and then click OK. Now let's exit sketch. And the part has now been attached to the others. Now let's click on sketch bend. And now let's sketch a horizontal line of any length with the dimensions like this. Let's add dimensions from here to here. Let's put it 10, and let's exit sketch in the property manager under bend parameters. Select the face with the sketch below, and then let's click on material outside. Bend angle should be 90 degrees and use default radius, and let's click on OK. As you can see, it has now been bent. So let's click on unfold. Now let's save this part first before we continue with anything else. So after we have saved the part, let's click on unfold. So let's go to insert, sheet metal, and then let's click on unfold. Now let's click on select a face. Now we can only select bends when the bends to unfold box is active. So let's click on this. As you can see, this part here has now been unfolded. And now let's click on extruded cut. Now select this face. Now let's sketch it. Now let's sketch something here. Let's make it collinear, these two lines here. Click on OK. And now let's exit sketch. And now under direction 1, we're going to select through all for the end condition, and then let's click on OK. Now let's go to the isometric view. As you can see, this part here has now been cut. Now let's click on insert, click on sheet metal, and click on fold to fold back this part here. Now in the property manager, click on collect all bends, and to add unfolded bends to bends to fold. Let's click on OK. And now the part has now been folded back into place. Let's click on edge flange. So let's click on insert, sheet metal, and edge flange. And then we're going to select this edge here. Now in the property manager, under angle, we're going to set the angle to 75 degrees. Now under flange length, we're going to set the length to blind. Now if the preview faces down, let's click on reverse, but if it is not, just leave it as so. Under flange length, we're going to set the length to 85. Under flange position, we're going to put the material outside. Now under custom relief type, I'm going to select rectangle and then use the relief ratio of 0.3. Set the ratio to 0.3. And then let's click on OK. It should look somewhat like this. Let's click on closed corner. So let's click on insert, sheet metal, and then closed corner. Now select the face of the base, this face here, and let's select byte for corner type. Then let's click on OK. Now let's click on flatten, so let's go. Okay. And then to unflatten, just click on suppress. Okay, and let's save the part. And now let's create a drawing of the sheet metal part. Start with the isometric view. So let's first start and go with the isometric view. And then let's click on options. Click on drawings. And then click on display style. Now under tangent edges, we're going to click on visible. And then let's click on OK. Okay, so now let's make a drawing part assembly. So let's first click make drawing from part assembly. So let's click on file. And let's click on here. And then click OK. So let's first drag the isometric view from the palette to the upper right corner of the drawing sheet. So let's first take the isometric view and put it on the top right corner. Now under Property Manager, we're going to select and use a custom scale of 1 to 3. And then click OK. So let's readjust this. So let's click on Model View. Now under Property Manager, click on this icon here, Next. And then under Orientation, let's click on More Views. For more views, let's click on Flat Pattern here. Now under Scale, we're going to use a custom scale of 1 to 3. And then let's click on OK. And let's save the part. Save the drawing as cover. That's the name. Let's save it as cover. Okay. Now let's box select the drawing. Now under Property Manager, under Text Format, clear use font. Clear use document font. And let's click on font. In the choose font dialog box, select points, and let's click on 9 for height. Click on OK. Click the shade to clear the box select, like so. Now press Ctrl and select up 59.04. Okay. So now let's press Ctrl and select up 59.4. And let's select down 90 R1. Okay. So now let's click. So now let's right click and hide. Now repeat steps 1 and 2 for this part here. Click here and click here and right click and just select hide. Now let's select the up 59.04 degrees and let's drag it outside. Now in the property manager under leader, select on this arrow here, leader. Now let's repeat steps 4 and 5 for the 3 remaining flange. So click and drag here and then click on leader. Click and drag here and then click on leader and click and drag here, click on leader. Okay, looks good.